Hi guys, what is happening? And great to see you today once again, and welcome again to my channel. And just want to say a big massive welcome to those who are brand new today. So I have got an absolutely fantastic explore for you guys today. So I'm actually at an abandoned old care home. So what I'll do is I'll have a walk around the outside for you guys, because we're going to take some pictures and what have you. So, and then whilst we're doing that, I'm going to give you a nice videography, cartoon-like style thing of the history. Okay guys, so see you in a minute. The care home explored today didn't start off life as a care home. In fact, it started its life as a hotel. It saw many guests throughout the years come and go to visit the beautiful surroundings. A few years later, it was then taken on by somebody else and turned into a care home. Throughout its life as a care home, it received many glowing reports from care inspectors, and it remained to have a fantastic reputation throughout the years. Sadly, on one eve of January 2019, the place took a blaze. It took 30 firemen to put the blaze out due to an electrical fault, and the residents were moved on to different homes throughout the area. And what remains of the care home is a sad reminder of what happened that fateful night. But to the carers that worked there and did a fantastic job, it will always remain as a care home with a fantastic reputation. Okay guys, so this is what the front of the building looks like. So just to give you a bit of a view. Yeah, all burnt out. That's my way in. Just going to go around the side for you as well. Just to give you a rough idea, just so you know. There we are. I might do some cinematography of this afterwards as well, you know, just so you get an idea. But yeah, it's quite a huge care home. Some of it is still intact from, you know, the fire didn't go all the way through the building, you know, and it really is quite sad really. So there we go, and it's pretty much on the main road. So as you can see. So, right, let's get in. There we go guys. In we go. Onwards and upwards. Try not to fall. Here. Oh gosh. Got a bit of a leg cramp there as well. Right, okay. Right then guys. Ooh. So yeah, here we're in the first bedroom. As you can see, lots and lots of fire damage. You know, it's really sad to see. I was going to do a paranormal for you today, but I just thought I wouldn't chance it. And as you can see, here's the main bit. I think the fire must have started upstairs, but it didn't get as far down. But it still did a good load of damage. So yeah, look, like things like that, the lampshades hanging off. So there you go folks. It's definitely very water damaged, as you can see. And there's the bed, one of the beds. Now I used to be a carer myself. Now this type of bedding would have been used for, say, like if somebody had crashed and they didn't have a DNR in place, which means do not resuscitate, they would have pulled that bed out, you know, just so they could work on the people, the doctors and the paramedics. But this was also a bed which would relieve pressure off of the patient's bodies and things, off of the patients, you know, so they wouldn't get pressure sores, bed sores and things like that. And some patients, as you can see, would have had some barrier cream like that. So it's all pretty interesting stuff. As you can see, you know, there's CDs, DVDs and everything else left as well. So there we go, folks. Just going through here. That's the lift, just there. I'm not going to chance, oh, well, I will risk going down here a bit. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm just, oh, actually, that's a bit risky. That's a bit squishy underfoot there. Oh, and I'm getting dripped on as well. So I'm just trying to be really, really careful. So yeah, there we go. And here's one of the downstairs bedrooms as well. Another bedroom for you guys, just so you get an idea. There we go, folks. Look at that. So next door there's like a lodge, but I did notice, I think it was like a chapel once upon a time. So any patients that came in who were, say, well, I don't want to say what I want to say, but they probably would have had a plan there, you know, so if they wanted to bury loved ones there, then they would have done, I should imagine. So here we go. Yeah. So we just continue into this part. There you go, that's one of the old bathrooms just there. And there we are. You would have had like shower chairs like that, you know, so patients who were able to walk a short distance and things like that would have been, they would have sat them down in one of these chairs and, you know, would have done a temperature check with a shower, you know, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if there are any carers watching. I think the temperature was like 38 degrees, but no more. But but when I was a carer, we used to do it lower than that. So it could be 28. I could be completely wrong here. So right, just going to get my torch out, folks. Be with you in a sec. Okay, guys. So here we are. This would have been one of the main ways through the kitchen. You know, this is probably dining room, and some of the people who wouldn't be able to walk that far would have probably had been fed. Some of the patients would and things like that. But yeah, oh, looks like an old frame there. There we go. So if anybody knows how to read Welsh, there we go. Oh, it's in English. There we go. Boiled ham, swede, sprouts, mashed potato, onion sauce, egg. Oh, flipping out. They had a good menu. Fair play. There we go. Yeah, we're just into the kitchen now. It's completely trashed. As you can see there. Absolutely trashed. You know, I've seen other... Sorry, guys. I've seen other explorers' videos there in here, and it was a lot more intact beforehand, but it just looks like people have had a jolly in here and just smashed things up a little bit. So there we go. There we are. There's the old sinks and things like that. So it looks like somebody's had a good go at that. There we go. And there's the old pantry. Chest freezer in there. There we go. Incredible, guys, eh? Yeah. So put the light back on. There we go. So now we're going to walk into like what was the living area. Don't know what that was. There we go. There's the living area. And there we go. And again, this is completely trashed as well. So, as you can see, walkers everywhere, tables everywhere, Christmas cards, you name it, it's here. So it's just been completely trashed. Now these, I'm going to show you this now. So that is pressure relief cushion, you know, so anybody who was at risk of like bed sores and things like that, pressure sores, that little cushion there would have moved the patient round, you know, just so it switches positions all the time, so they're not swapping cushions and things like that and tilting them, you know, just so if they did have anything like that, they'd have a great amount of relief. So I'm just trying to be careful in here. There we go, loads and loads of clothes on the floor there. So, yep, and this was the nurse's office. So, yeah, there we go, all kinds of stuff there, you know, documentation, things like that still left here. I'm not going to film the documentation really, you know, you would have thought care inspectors would have come in, you know, any files that were on record, they would have removed them. So, but there we go, it's just one of them, you know, there's all your, yeah, so there we go. I would have had like windows there, would have had all the there's windows to keep an eye on the patients and things like that, so they could document everything. Oh goodness, there's all kinds of stuff there. There we go, there's the organ, little organ. There we go, folks. It's not turned on, sadly, otherwise I'd play you a tune. Yeah, this is where they would have, you know, chilled and relaxed. Somebody's thrown a bed down here. Looks of it, looks like copper thieves have had all the, what do you call it? Aluminium, copper. Of course, copper. Goodness, what am I saying? Copper thieves, copper. But yeah, sadly. So yeah, somebody's thrown a bed down here. There we go, there's an outside area as well. There we go. I could have planted flowers and things like that. Now the chapel just there, you can see the pointy building right directly in front of me. That's what I think that must have been like a chapel that must have connected onto the care home. And I'm wondering if they had like a like some kind of deal with, you know, the care home, so they could bury loved ones if they wanted to there, maybe. But oh yeah, there we go. Shout out to that person as well, Peaky Explorers. There we are. I believe Taffy's been here as well, so shout out to you too, brother. There we go. So there we go, folks. That's that. All right, I'm going to venture upstairs a little bit, you know, because there's quite a bit up here as well. There we are. So I'm going to turn the torch on here a bit as well, you know. There you go, old linen cupboard just there. I'm not sure what that is. If somebody knows, let me know. But yeah, there we go, folks. And again, there is documentation there, so I'm not going to film it up close, but there is documentation. You know, what looks like a bathroom there. Little nurse's station there with medication still there, which they should have been taken away. You would have thought that had been given back to the chemist. Sorry, I am getting a little bit passionate about this kind of stuff, but you know, you would have thought so. And there we are, all kinds of things, syringes, you name it, it's been left there. Clothes. So, there you go, an old circuit board. There'll be no electrics on whatsoever. And I've just seen my guest then walking outside. Right, so there's an old bathroom, toilet, trashed, of course. There we go, nice little teacup there. Nice little picture. And there we go, bathroom. Now usually there would have been a hoist in here as well to help people hoist into the bath and kind of things like that. So any residents who needed that, you know, help, it would have been there. Here you are. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier about the temperature checks. All bath water. Hang on. Oops. Hang on. Get a close up of that. Yeah. So all bath water should be checked at temperature at 39 degrees. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. 38 and 39. I never used to go over 37, to be quite honest, when I was a carer. So, but, hello. But yeah, when I was a carer, I would always make sure that I was below or on 37 degrees. So there we go, folks. Oops. Yeah, a lot of the stuff still left there. That would have been a pressure relief chair as well, you know, one that you could wheel around. Those were quite handy, those were. Yeah. And a lot of the stuff still here. Shampoo. And wardrobe, looks like there's still a couple of clothes left in there. There we go, your own personal ensuite toilet. So yeah. There we go, folks. So we've got another corridor down here as well. We've got a couple more bedrooms as well. There you are. Sadly, trashed, smashed up. What is the point? Guys, if you do come and visit here, please have a little bit of respect. You know, don't trash places, please. You know, because it spoils it for everybody else, and, you know, it all gets boarded up and things like that. And then security gets tight and things like that. There we go. A few shout outs. The Urbex Trio. Huge and Bracket Explorers. I don't know what that is. Village Urban Seal. Village Explorer, maybe. Oh, the Viking Explorer. I have seen some of his stuff. Shout out to you, my friend. Viking Explorer. So there we go. We've had a few people explore this then. There we go. There's one of the bedrooms as well. Another one of them. They're pretty much all the same, you know. There you go. There's a proper look at the pressure beds. Those were just built up with sponge. You know, that kind of thing to help it a bit. And some of them would have plugs on the end of it to, you know, so the bed would move. So the nurses would, you know, the nurses and carers wouldn't necessarily have to do as many checks on them, you know, only for, like, say, pad check, you know, toilet checks and things like that. And there's washing up bowl where they would have had bed baths. Things like that. Looks like there's still a few hangers. There's the call buttons, things like that. In fact, I'll show you the call things as well, you know, just so people who are on night shift and things like that. So that's what the boards would have looked like. God, they did have a few patients. So I have been in a care home where there's been like 60 odd residents at a time. So it just shows you how many residents can be there at a time. So it really, really does. There you go, old walker, pan there. So yeah, and there's a bigger bedroom, bigger living space. Now that is what's known as a slide sheet. So if the patients needed moving up the bed, they would have took that underneath and helped to move up the bed, you know, just by sliding, so they didn't have to touch the patient. Not that they didn't touch the patient, it's just more of the fact that when they were doing that kind of thing, it would help them up the bed without, you know, worry of damaging the patient and, you know, things like that. So there we go. Soap dispensers, paper towels. This looks like what was a lovely room once upon a time. So there you go, folks. That's another bedroom. Now this is a big care home. So yeah, personal toilet. There we go. There we go. This looks like a really good one. Looks like somebody's been smoking in here though, and I don't think that was an ex-resident. Though it could be actually, because the branding is still on the packet. Whereas nowadays they're not really, they can put the name on the packet, but they can't have it coloured like that. So I think that's quite an old packet, or it's from abroad. So yeah, this place is for sale at the minute. So there we go. A few more bedrooms here. So there's quite a lot in here, to be fair. Fair play. It's just so much in here. Oh, unbelievable. This has got to be one of my biggest explores ever. So there we go. Fire exit there. Okay, another nice little bedroom here, which is awesome. Looks very nice and quaint. There we go. And famous picture. Workman sitting on the pipe. There we go. And a nice, I bet you one of the residents did that. Sometimes you get that in care homes, you know, either a resident was very good once upon a time at cross stitch, or somebody would like gift it in for them, you know, that kind of thing, bring it in, give it to the home. Used to happen quite a lot at Christmas as well. They'd bring we'd always get tins of chocolates and things like that. Did have a residence, some residents like family would actually try and give us money, but we weren't allowed to do that. We weren't allowed to accept money, which is fair enough, you know, and I never did. I said, if you just say Merry Christmas, it's no worries, you know, that kind of thing. So it's one place, you know, it's one of the things I do miss working in the care system, but you know, it's a very thankless job, really, and you know, they should be praised more. And you know, I do believe the government should be doing more to help, you know, these nurses out a bit. There you go, bed in cupboard just there. Yeah, so I do believe, you know, more could be done. You know, give them a raise because they do a hard enough job. You know, that's if there is anybody watching from government. Right, we shall start in order. That probably would have been a sluice room once upon a time. They'd like bin all the sanitary products, you know, wash all the like sit down like chair toilets and things like that in there. So yeah, there we go. Here's another bathroom. I think I missed that. There you go. Yeah, so basically the patient would sit in there and they'd be hoisted in, you know, and you'd have two carers to a hoist, or a carer or a nurse or a senior and a carer, you know, helping them into the bath. There we are. So there we go. Looks like there's a birthday card, you know, left there. There's lots of things. There's even somebody's hair curlers there. Goodness. So there we are, folks. This is very similar to one of the other bedrooms, I think. So yeah, there we are, folks. So yeah, looks like another smoker, maybe. Definitely. There's few more bedrooms down here, but I'm not going to walk to the end, folks. I'll tell you for why. Because it's just not the smart thing to do. There we go. So there we go, another bedroom, mattress, loft. Probably would have people going in up there, stripping everything. So it's quite a big home, quite a big care home. Wow. So yeah, you get a bit of a view as well out the windows, which is nice. Yeah, I've got some nice bedrooms, right, so just trying to be careful here because some of the flooring is absolutely warped. So there we go. Yeah, I'm not going to walk any further than that, folks. I do want to go and have a look in the bedrooms down there, but I daren't. So yeah, there we are. There we go, folks. It's just very, very big care home. There we go. Chair to go down in, which is awesome. So yeah, there we go. Old tweed jacket there. There we go. It just shows you, doesn't it? How, you know, some things can survive the test of times and things like that. What's that say? Oh, handover book. So basically, you'd sit in a nurse's station, wait for the nurse to hand over. What that means is, you know, they tell you what the patients had been up to, any movements through the nights and things like that, if they'd had any falls. And, you know, it's just basically so your next shift crew were aware of what happened. So yeah, it's just so much to know. So yeah, there we go, folks. So it's definitely been an experience checking this place out. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Look at that. Birthday bag. And there we go, folks. Yeah, it's a bit of a dark room, that. Definitely. Okay. So yeah. And I'll show you as well whilst I'm here, because somebody said to me that some of the head coats and things were still hanging up. So there you go. Some of the nurses' carers' jackets were still up there. Yeah, badly damaged room. All right, folks. And I think that is all she wrote. So yeah, good explore there. Nice explore. So right, I'll see you in a minute to end the video. Okay, folks, that is it for today, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give that little subscribe button a tickle for me, a good old little press. Go on, I'll wait for you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. It's totally free, doesn't cost a thing. I don't charge people to subscribe. Take care, guys, and as always, I'll end it as I always do by saying bright blessings, blessed be, and where you can be anything at all, then be kind, because being kind is the most beautiful person that you can be. Take care, and don't forget to look out for the cinematography. Peace out, guys.